Have you ever noticed your loved one seeming more confused, more forgetful, more agitated? And you thought, is this dementia getting worse? What if I told you sometimes it's not dementia at all? Sometimes it's something sitting right in your medicine cabinet. And here's what makes this so important. These are very common medications. Medications used for sleep, allergies, anxiety, even bladder issues that can quietly worsen memory, increase confusion, and over time, increase the risk of dementia, even in you. And most care partners have never been told this. So today, I'm going to walk you through what these medications are, why they affect the brain in the way that they do, and what you can do about it without panic, but with clarity. Because this is one of the moments where a small shift can make a really big difference. Hi, for those of you who are new here, my name is Dr. Sinclair. I'm a neuropsychologist, dementia care specialist, and founder of the Confident Caregiver Academy. Let's jump on in. Before we jump into the medications list, you first have to understand why these medications are problematic. What's actually happening in the brain? Let's start with what's going on underneath the surface. There's a chemical in your brain called acetylcholine, and I want for you to think of it like this. It's one of the brain's main communication signals. It helps brain cells talk to each other, store memories, focus attention, and regulate movement. Now here's the problem. There's also a group of medications known as anticholinergics. And what they do is block acetylcholine, so therefore they block that communication signal in the brain. So instead of the brain cells talking clearly to each other, it's like the signal starts to fade. Messages get weaker and processing speed in the brain starts to slow down. And over time, the brain becomes less efficient at doing the very things dementia is already affecting. So in plain terms, if dementia is already making communication in the brain harder, which it is, these medications make it even worse. Which means what you might see is more confusion, more forgetfulness, more agitation, slower thinking, slower movement. And it can look exactly like the disease is progressing, the disease is getting worse, but in actuality, it's the impact of the medication. And this is the part that often surprises people. Caution with these medications isn't just about dementia care. Even in the general population, long-term use of these medications have been linked to an increased risk of dementia. So share this video with other care partners, of course, but with everyone else that you know. Where these medications show up. And this is where it becomes really important because these are not rare medications. They're incredibly common. In fact, many of them are things care partners reach for every single day for their person with dementia without thinking twice because you're trying to help. You'll find them in medications such as sleep aids, so Tylenol PM, Unisom. You'll find them in medications to treat allergies, such as Benadryl. You'll find them in medications for anxiety, such as hydroxyzine. You'll find them in medications for bladder issues, such as Detrol. You'll find them in IBS medications, Bentyl. You'll find them in motion sickness medications, so scopolamine. And again, some of these are prescription, but many of them are over the counter sitting right in your home. And what often happens is this. A care partner might be thinking, my loved one is not sleeping at night. Let me help them. Let me help them get some rest. Tylenol PM. They're so uncomfortable with allergies. I need to give them something. Benadryl. Their anxiety is through the roof. I need to help out. Hydroxyzine. They keep having accidents. I'm trying to help them maintain their dignity. Detrol. Or even the doctor prescribed this, so this must be the right thing, right? All of these thoughts make sense. They come from a place of care, of protection, of wanting relief, both for your person with dementia and yourself. Because you're not just managing symptoms, you're trying to get through the day and you're trying to get through the night with your person with dementia. The hidden problem, but here's the part that's often missed. These medications are rarely looked at together. So what can happen is one medication for sleep, another for anxiety, another for bladder issues, and each one is quietly affecting the same brain systems, acetylcholine. So from your perspective, it feels like you're treating different problems, but underneath the surface, they may be stacking together and putting more strain on your person with dementia's brain, more strain than anyone realizes. Quick pause, care partners. If you are finding value in today's video, then please go ahead and like and subscribe. That small action helps other care partners to find this video as well. Thank you. Now let's move on. The stacking effect. And this is the part I really want you to understand, because this is something I see all the time clinically, and it's where things start to quietly go wrong. It's not just that these medications stack, it's how they stack in your person with dementia's brain. Each of these medications block acetylcholine, as I mentioned, just a little bit. So on their own, the effect might seem mild, but when you combine them, it's the compounding effect that's the problem, meaning the brain isn't just a little slower, it's losing efficiency across multiple systems at once. Memory, attention, processing speed, how quickly they think and process information, all of that starts to decline at once. It's like dimming the lights in a room. One dimmer flicked, you don't really notice much of anything. But then another and another, until suddenly you're sitting there in the dark wondering, what just happened? Where did the lights go? That's what's happening with stacking in a brain with dementia. And what makes this especially tricky from the outside without knowing, it looks exactly like dementia progression. So families just assume this is another stage that we've entered, when in reality, the brain may be under additional, avoidable strain and no one has connected the dots. What the research shows. This is not theoretical, care partners. Large studies have shown long-term use of these medications is linked to an increased risk of dementia in people without dementia. And consistent use of these medications in people with dementia worsen symptoms. Even a few months of consistent use can increase risk significantly. Imaging studies have also shown brain changes in structure and in function with use of these medications. So this is not just about feeling a little foggy. Consistent use of these medications are changing the structure and the function of your person with dementia's brain, and probably yours if you're using it long-term consistently. Who is most at risk? Now, not everyone is going to be affected in the exact same way, but the risk is higher if your person is over 60, if they already have memory changes or a dementia diagnosis, if they're taking more than one of these medications, or if they've been taking them for a while, for months or years. Because here's what's happening. As we age, the brain already has less reserve. So anything that interferes with brain communication, anything that interferes with acetylcholine has a bigger impact. And this is why this matters so much for you as a caregiver, because often you're the first one noticing the changes. You're noticing, something feels different. They seem a little bit more confused. This feels like a sudden shift. And you're trying to figure out, is this dementia progressing or is this something else? The something else, care partners, might be the medication that you're giving them. What to do? Now let's talk about what you can do. And I want to say this clearly. This is not about panic. Do not just stop their medications all at once. This is about awareness, because this is one of those situations where a few small changes with your provider's guidance can lead to a significant difference. Step 1, review medications. Go through everything, prescriptions and over-the-counter. Not just what's been prescribed recently, but what's been added over time, because this is often where things quietly stack. Step 2, ask targeted questions. Talk to your prescriber, your doctor or pharmacist, and ask, does this medication have anticholinergic effects? Are there safer alternatives for long-term use? Could this be contributing to the confusion we're seeing? You don't have to have all the answers, care partners. You just need to know how to partner with your care team and ask the right questions. Step 3, look for safer alternatives. In many cases, there are options with less impact on the brain, and this is where partnering with your provider can help you weigh symptom relief versus cognitive side effects. Step 4, don't stop anything suddenly. Always go through your provider before making any changes, because some of these medications need to be tapered safely. And sometimes these medications are indeed necessary. You just want to make sure you're using them intentionally, not longer than needed, and not layering them, not stacking them on top of each other. And if you're sitting there thinking, wait, I think I've used these medications and I think I've been using them for years, I want you to hear me clearly. Do not panic. You didn't know, and this is something that can actually easily be missed, especially with dementia, because these medications are often prescribed or being used for valid reasons, but they're also being used for different symptoms. So they're being treated separately. So this is not time for blame. You were trying to help your person with dementia. You were trying to help them get some sleep. You were trying to help them reduce their anxiety. You were trying to manage difficult bladder symptoms. You were doing what care partners do. You were helping. And now you're seeing a fuller picture. And that doesn't mean that you've done something wrong. It means that now that you have the holistic view, you might want to shift things and do it differently. And that's what allows you to make better decisions and to move forward and to partner better with your care team. So in summary, if you've noticed a sudden increase in confusion or changes that don't quite make sense, medication effects might be one area worth looking into, because sometimes small adjustments in medications can make a meaningful improvement. And if you want help understanding what true dementia progression looks like, or how to communicate better with your care team, or how to make decisions more confidently, the Confident Caregiver Academy can help. Feel free to schedule a call with me below to learn more and grab your free starter kit that's also linked below. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.